What if I told you that your cooler is doing it completely wrong? Right now, as you pack that thing up for your road trip or beach day, you are losing ice faster than you think, and it's not your fault. It's the cooler's fault. But today, that changes, because in this video, I'm going to show you a dead simple DIY cooler hack that can double, well, sometimes even triple, how long your ice lasts. No expensive upgrades, no fancy gadgets, just a few cheap materials you probably already have at home. We're talking total cost of under $2, and the results are going to blow your mind. I did a side-by-side test, a regular cooler versus a cooler using this hack, and the difference was dramatic. Stay with me to the end, because every single step matters. Skip one part, and you won't get the full effect. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button right now. We post DIY hacks like this every week, and you do not want to miss what's coming next. One quick note before we dive in. Everything in this video uses safe, non-toxic, household-friendly materials. It's completely safe for food, drinks, kids, and pets. Now let's get into it. Here's something most people don't think about. Your cooler, even a decent one, is basically just a plastic box with a thin layer of foam inside. That foam does a reasonable job of slowing down heat transfer, but it was designed to a budget. It was designed to be cheap to manufacture. It was not designed to be the absolute best it could be. So what happens when you load it up and take it out on a 90-degree summer day? The heat from the air around you, from the car seats, from the hot sand at the beach, it all starts pushing through those thin walls. The ice starts working overtime. It melts fast. And within a few hours, you've got a cooler full of lukewarm water and disappointment. Big cooler brands know this. But they want you to buy more ice. They want you to upgrade to a $400 premium cooler. Well, not today. Today, we hack the one you already have. Here's everything you need for this hack. First, reflective foam insulation, also called Reflectix or foam bubble wrap insulation. You can find this at any hardware store or online for just a few dollars a roll. A small roll will do several coolers. Second, aluminum foil. Regular kitchen foil works perfectly. Third, a pair of scissors or a utility knife. Fourth, strong tape. Aluminum tape is best, but regular duct tape works too. Fifth, a ruler or measuring tape. Sixth, your cooler. Any size, any brand, any age. This hack works on all of them. That's it. No power tools, no special equipment, no chemistry degree required. Now let me explain the science here because this is actually fascinating. Ice melts when heat transfers into the cooler. Heat travels in three ways: conduction, convection, and radiation. Conduction is heat moving through solid materials, like through your cooler walls. Convection is heat moving through air or liquid, like hot air getting inside when you open the lid. Radiation is heat coming from sunlight or hot surfaces without needing to touch anything at all. Standard cooler foam handles conduction reasonably well, but it does almost nothing against radiant heat. That's where reflective foam insulation comes in. The shiny metallic surface literally reflects radiant heat away before it even enters the cooler. It bounces the heat back like a mirror, and the foam layer behind it adds an extra barrier against conduction. Combined, you are attacking heat transfer from multiple angles at once. The result is a cooler that stays cold dramatically longer. This is the same principle used in emergency blankets, attic insulation, and yes, those expensive premium coolers that brands charge a fortune for. We're doing it ourselves for almost nothing. Now let's get to work. Here is the full step-by-step process. Start by measuring the inside of your cooler. Measure all four side walls, the length and height of each one. Then measure the inside of the lid. Write down every measurement. Be precise here. A gap or a poorly fitted piece will let heat sneak in, and that defeats the whole purpose. Next, cut your reflective foam insulation to match each measurement. You want each piece to fit snugly against the inside wall. It should sit flat and tight. If it's slightly big, trim it down. A tight fit is everything. Now take the pieces you've cut and line each wall with them, shiny side facing inward toward the ice. You want that reflective surface facing the inside of the cooler. This is important. If you put it in backwards, you lose a significant amount of the benefit. Shiny side in, always. Press each piece firmly against the wall. Use tape along the edges to hold them in place, especially at the corners where pieces meet. Seal those seams as tightly as you can. Every tiny gap is a path for heat to travel through. Treat those gaps like enemies. Next, do the same thing for the lid. Cut a piece of reflective foam to fit the inside of the lid snugly. This is one of the most important parts that people forget. A huge amount of heat enters through the top of the cooler every time you open it, and even just radiating through the lid when it's closed. Insulating the lid can make a massive difference on its own. Once all the pieces are in and secured, wrap any exposed foam edges or corners with a strip of aluminum foil and tape it down. This removes any remaining gaps and adds another reflective layer. Now here's an optional but highly recommended bonus step. Pre-chill your cooler before you pack it. At least an hour before you load it up. Put a bag of ice inside and close the lid. Let the interior temperature drop. A warm cooler melts ice the moment you put it in. A pre-chilled cooler lets the ice stay solid much longer right from the start. When you're ready to pack, always put ice on the bottom first. Cold air sinks, warm air rises. Ice at the bottom keeps the food and drinks above it cold more efficiently. Pack food and drinks tightly. Air gaps inside the cooler are dead space that stays warm. Fill them. If you have room, add a layer of ice on top as well. Then put your insulated lid on, close it up, and you're ready. Now for the moment of truth, the results. I ran a side-by-side test on a hot day with the outside temperature at about 88 degrees Fahrenheit. 2 identical coolers, same amount of ice in each. Same amount of food and drinks packed in the same way. One cooler was left as is, the other had the full DIY insulation hack applied. I checked them every 2 hours throughout the day. At the 2-hour mark, the regular cooler already had standing water around the ice. Significant melt had happened. The hacked cooler had barely any melt at all. The interior was noticeably colder to the touch. By the 4-hour mark, the regular cooler had lost roughly half its ice. The hacked cooler still had the vast majority of ice intact. It felt like barely any time had passed inside that thing. By the 6-hour mark, the regular cooler was mostly water with a few ice chunks floating around. The hacked cooler was still impressively cold, with a solid amount of ice remaining. By hour 8, the regular cooler was done. Warm water, soggy food, warm drinks. The hacked cooler still had usable ice. That is not a small difference. That is a completely different experience on a road trip or a beach day. Cold drinks at the end of the day, fresh food that doesn't spoil. No running out to find more ice halfway through your trip. This hack works dramatically. A few important safety tips and best practices before you go. If you're using tape inside a food cooler, make sure you use food-safe tape or keep the tape away from direct contact with food and drinks. Aluminium tape works best and is safe to use in coolers. Avoid using any adhesives or chemical sprays near food surfaces. When cleaning your hacked cooler, gently wipe the insulation panels with a damp cloth. Don't scrub hard or soak them. The reflective insulation is durable but not waterproof. If you have a larger cooler, use thicker reflective foam. A double layer works even better. For smaller coolers, a single layer is usually enough. If you notice any panels coming loose after a few trips, retape the edges. This hack is reusable season after season. You can also apply this hack to soft-sided cooler bags. Just cut the foam panels to fit and slide them inside. No tape needed in most cases. And one last tip, keep your cooler in the shade whenever possible. Even with the hack, direct sunlight adds significant heat load. A shaded cooler plus the insulation hack will give you the absolute best results. Parking your car in the shade, covering the cooler with a light-colored towel, or storing it under a beach umbrella all make a real difference. Work with physics, not against it. All right, let's bring it all home. For less than $2 and about 15 minutes of your time, you just turned an average everyday cooler into something that performs closer to a high-end premium unit. Ice that used to last 4 hours is now lasting 8 or more. Food stays fresh, drinks stay cold, trips stay fun. And you saved yourself the cost of constantly buying extra bags of ice, which adds up fast over a whole summer. This is the kind of hack that once you know it, you use it every single time. Your friends and family are going to wonder why your cooler is still icy cold at the end of the day. Tell them. Or don't. Keep it your secret weapon. If this video helped you out, hit that thumbs up right now. It genuinely helps this channel grow and lets us keep bringing you hacks like this. Drop a comment below. Tell me what you're using your cooler for this summer. Road trip, beach day, camping tailgate? I want to hear it. If you haven't subscribed yet, now is the time. Hit subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss a new video. Coming up next, I've got a hack for keeping your car cool without AC that is going to surprise you. That video is dropping soon and you are not going to want to miss it. Until then, stay cool, stay smart, and I'll see you in the next one.